Hello, 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 everyone. It is Teresa from Teresa's About Art, where I love sharing art from my heart and teaching you how to create a little joy in your life through some fun, simple, and quick art projects. Welcome to the halfway mark. If this was a marathon, we would be at mile 13 if you practice enough. Like anything else, like painting. You want to paint? Practice. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, enough of that. So, day 15 of 31 Days of Halloween. We're going to be painting these little blocks. This is, oh, we have something on there. This is because this is scrap wood. I'm not using that side. I'm using this side, okay? Because this is scrap wood. So, in the comments or the description is the link for the supply list. And then I've given you all these tracers. Cat eyes, owl eyes, the skull, the tombstone. These are tracers and or SVGs, ghost faces, and a bat, a couple of pumpkin faces, and then which one? This one, a Frankenstein. So they're tracers, and SVGs. So if you have a cutting machine and you wanted to do this project in vinyl, if you have a Cricut or a Silhouette and you want to do this project in vinyl, you could. I have provided SVGs. If you have a cutting machine and you wanted to make stencils, you could cut your own stencils and do these as a stencil. But if you don't have any of those things, you also have the PDF. So I provided the SVGs for all of these designs, 4, 8, 12 designs, simple designs, or you can use them as tracers like I'm going to do today. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to put this stuff aside. I'm going to turn you guys around and we will get started. I got my 3 blocks. You could do this on a canvas if you wanted. You could do this on cardboard if you wanted. Oops, really use any surface you want. I have seen now Halloween design art on wooden cutouts for ornaments. So really, there's no limit to what you can do except your imagination. And I'm just going to start out. I'm going to paint these all black to begin with. So I am painting the edges. I'm going to get all painty, but that's okay. We're just kind of like fitting it in. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do. And like I said, I am just base coating these all black to begin with. This is scrap wood. I don't even remember what I used this for to begin with. I could be painting on that brown side, but I'm not because I'm not sure what I stained that with either. If that was oil paint, the acrylic paint won't stick. So I'm just going in. This acrylic paint will dry pretty quick, but I may need to take out the dryer. But on my website are all 14 tutorials so far with their supply lists and tracers if they had one, and any other, let's hope it doesn't jump out this time, yeah, any other backup information. Like in this case, I have provided 12 Halloween simple SVGs for you, or PDFs if you want to trace them. But if you have a Silhouette or a Cricut cutting machine, you can do these projects in vinyl, or you can cut your own stencils and do them with stencils. These actually are easy enough to sketch and hand paint too. I would suggest using chalk first, because then once you're done painting and your paint has completely dried, you can just go back and clean everything off with a damp paper towel. Okay, so I have them. I'm a mess, of course, and I'm just going to get at my heat gun real quick. You want your base coat when you're doing this, you want your base coat to be totally dry, and I'm going to show you why in a minute. So I have base coated now these little scrappy blocks. They're about, I think 3 by 3, 3.5 by 3.5, 3.5 by 3.5. Okay. And it is on the supply list, but you can use whatever size you want. I mean, it's scrap wood. You have scrap wood that's 4 by 4. If you have scrap wood that's 2x2, whatever, you would just have to resize the tracers. I'm not going to use this brush because of the black. You would just have to resize the tracers, or like I said, these are easy enough to sketch, so you could sketch them as well. I'm looking for a bigger flat brush. Okay, I'm going to start with the orange one. And this is going to be our pumpkin. I'm going to load my brush with the orange, put a little bit of pressure on it. I want to get the paint up into the bristles, and I'm going to start in the middle, and I'm going to paint out and up. So starting in the middle, I'm going to paint up and down. I want it to be a little wispy. I want to be able to see the black, but I want the middle part to be dark. Okay. So, but I don't want, and I'm just going to like dry brush the sides a little bit. Okay. That's our pumpkin. I might go back and put a second coat on that. We'll see. I like to be able to see the black through it. That's why I painted it black to begin with. Gives it like a little bit more rustic look, almost like a dry brush. And that is why it's important that your blocks are dry first, so that you're not blending your black paint. Okay, let me move that one out of the way. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to get my green. I'm just using the same flat brush. Apply a little bit of paint and pressure to my bristles. And I'm going to come in here. I'm going to paint the middle first. I want the middle of my blocks to be the darkest. And then I'm just going to go up from there and then down. Okay? Now I can make it a little bit bigger. Up and down. This one, because it's the Frankenstein, doesn't matter as much because most of the top is going to be black. But I still want the darkest part in the middle. And then I'm just going to dry brush on, oops, the three sides. Not the bottom, just the three sides. Okay, and there we have our green, and I'm going to wash my brush. Okay, and then last but not least, we're going to do our white. Again, I'm going to put a little bit of pressure on my brush. I want to get paint up into the bristles. I'm going to, start that. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to start in the middle. I missed a spot. Look at that. It happens. Start in the middle. I want the middle to be the darkest. I'm going to do a second coat in there. And then I'm going to brush up, and I'm going to brush down. And then again, I'm going to almost dry brush the top and the two sides. That's why that didn't matter, because I dry brushed it anyway. So I'm not going to worry about that I missed the paint there. Okay? So we have these three guys. Let me wash my brush. I got a little green paint on my pumpkin before when I had that crash. So I'm just getting rid of it. I think I'm going to come in here when my brush is clean and add a little bit more orange, so I have a nice bright orange in the middle. How's that? So I'm going to show you on the green one first how easy it is to use our tracer. I'm going to cut this up. I put the box around it so you can easily line them up. I'm going to just cut the top even with the box. This way I can come over here. I can line this up. All right. You can use tape if you want. You don't have to. You know, I'm always reusing stuff. I'm going to put that down. I'm going to get a little bit of graphite paper. I'm going to slide that under there. I'm going to get a pencil. And I'm just going to trace this out. For our Frankenstein, we don't really need to do the top. The whole top is going to be black. It's more important that you get the jagged edge and the eyes. And then even for the mouth, I'm just going to put one line. Okay, I'm going to take that up. Keep my tape over here for the next one. And put that over there. So, I don't know if you guys can see. I can see. Okay, so I'm going to get a smaller brush now. You can use the same brush, up to you, whatever you're comfortable with. I'm going to go back to my black paint, a little bit more. And I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to start painting in the top of our Frankenstein. These look good on your mantle, on a tiered tray, whatever you want to do. These are cute. If you cut your blocks right, they will stand up by themselves, which is awesome. Or if sometimes if something doesn't stand up, you can use a little bit of tape or a little bit of glue. So I have my line in here for the mouth. I'm going to use my brush standing up. I'm going to use my brush standing up on the chisel edge. I'm going to apply a little bit of pressure so it's a little bit thicker than just a line. And I'm going to pull it. Then I'm just going to get my black paint. And I'm going to add the stitches. I'm just applying a little bit of pressure to my brush. That's it. The one line, and then I put the stitches across. I'm going to get my liner brush because the eyes have that little bit of detail there. And so I want to make sure that I don't cover that up. See how they have the little cutout there? I want to be able to scoop around that. So the first thing I'm going to do is outline. If you wait for your paint to totally dry, you can do this with a Sharpie or a Posca paint pen. It's totally up to you. It took me a while. The liner brush took me a while to master or to get better at. I wouldn't say master because I'm not a master. But if you wanted to, instead of using the liner brush, you could easily use a paint pen. And there we have it. Okay, so we have one done. I'll put that guy up here. I'm going to get out my pumpkin. How cute is that, right? So let me wash my brush. And I'm going to go to which one? Which one? Which one? Which one? Which one? I think I'm going to use this one. Okay, I think I'm going to use this one for my pumpkin. So I'm going to come over here. Again, I'm just going to trim the top because these squares are nice and straight for you. I'm going to trim the top. I'm going to glue this guy, eyeballing it to the center. We'll put a little piece of tape on there. Get my pencil and my graphite paper and stick it right under there. I'm going to do all this tracing. Scrap wood, a pencil, and a few paint colors. Okay. So there we go. I'm actually going to add a nose to this guy, I think. I'm not going to draw it on, but I am going to add a nose. So I'm going to get my small brush again. And go into my black. These eyes are very similar to the Frankenstein eyes. And that's okay, because this is a set. If you wanted to, you could make triangle eyes. I am going to make a triangle nose. And I'm just filling in these sections. Okay. So cute. It's a great little project for kids too. Again, you can use wood. You can do these on canvas. You can use cut out on cardboard. Cardboard is plenty stiff enough to hold the acrylic paint. Okay, so there we have our Frankenstein and our pumpkin done. All right, for my ghost, let me show you. I have all these ghost faces. I'm going to get a piece of chalk, which I think I have somewhere over here. Maybe not. Oh, I'm moving my thing around. That's not a good idea. Oh, I have a chalk pencil maybe. Nope, it's broken. Goodbye. All right, I'm going to use my pencil. Okay. All right, so I'm going to just sketch in 2 oval eyes. And then I'm going to do this big swoop for the mouth. Up, down, up. Almost looks like a valley with a mountain. And then I'm going to just come in here and add in that part. So you can be inspired. You can use the tracers. You can hand sketch it. If I had chalk, I would have used chalk. I'm going to go back to my small brush. Hey, Jerry, thanks for the sprinkle, love. How are you today? Are you all cleaned up? And now I'm just going to start painting these in. Now, before we part ways, you guys, I'm going to add a little bit of detail with some white, some highlight. Not too much. Okay, there's my eyes. I'm using my liner brush, and I'm just going to trace over this line, and then I'm going to fill this in. Okay, and I'm going to wash my brush. And there is this whole set now. I'm just going to get my liner brush. I'm going to get some nice fresh white. I'm going to add some white. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get white up here on my liner brush, and I'm going to put another scar, line, and stitches. Okay. Then I'm just going to put a little white highlight there, and a dot, and a dot, a highlight there. Okay. Then I'm going to go to my pumpkin, my jack-o'-lantern. A little highlight to each eye, a little to the nose, and then a little to the mouth. That's it. Not too much. Just a little swoosh, comma, apostrophe. Okay. And then a little bit of a tongue. And then I'm going to give our ghost eyes and highlights. And there's just something about adding that little touch of white that just brings it all together. So, isn't that cute? Scrapwood. Don't even know what this was from, honestly, and it's not even that good a wood. So let me turn you guys around. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the sprinkle. Thank you for the love. Or on my website, they're all listed with the supply list and the tracers and whatever else you need to get your creativity on for Halloween. This might be my fave, you guys. Thanks, everyone, and I will see you tomorrow.